So I'll start by explaining and apologizing. For whatever reason, Screencastify will only allow 5-minute video at a time. I'm going to try and keep these concise and as short as possible each week, but we have just a little bit more to cover. So here's part two, I guess, of creating a critical research question. And if you're following along on in your research packet, we're on number 3 on page 5. But after we've created these premises and created more explicit and critical questions, you're going to have one more step. So finally, at this point, you will want to take some time to consider whether you can break these questions down further to expand what will later become your argument and focus of your research. So for instance, we left off with 3 questions, and we're going to build on all 3 and then decide where we want to focus our paper. So first, did racism lead the US to drop the bomb on Japan when it would not have done so on Germany? How exactly did American views of Japanese and Germans differ? How could such popular cultural views have influenced a foreign and military policy thought to be rational? Or second, what is our dealings with Stalin what in our dealings with Stalin might have prompted the U.S. to drop the bomb on Japan? Why might U.S. strategists have thought dropping the bomb would have been useful at all? Or what rationally could U.S. strategists have considered necessary to win the war against Japan? Why did they press for unconditional surrender when they knew Japan was beaten? What is actually the case that dropping the bomb saved U.S. lives? If so, what about the moral costs of bombing civilian non-combatants? So the examples I just gave you show the process of creating researchable and critical questions. However, this person could not write on all 3 of those topics. The paper would be far too broad and expansive. So at this point, this individual would need to choose a set of questions to focus their paper on, whether that be regarding racism, or the Cold War, or military strategy. Your job at this point is to work through this process. You're going to pick a topic if you haven't yet. If you're stuck between a couple topics, feel free to email me and we can work through that. Then you're going to start reading broad information about your topic on Wikipedia or Google. You're going to create a set of premises to explore. From these premises, you're going to create explicit and critical questions. And finally, you're going to see if you can break those questions down further, just like the 3 steps we walked through regarding the initial question of should the U.S. have dropped the atomic bomb on Japan. The more you contemplate and break down your topic, the easier researching will be. You need to take some time to learn about your topic. You're going to create 1 to 3 critical research questions,